Hello everybody, welcome back. Caesar here, and in today's video we're doing a grand old pickups video. That's right, we haven't done one of these kind of pickup videos in quite a while, I think. I mean, I do the pickups videos, but they were like console specific, so today it's just going to be a melange of everything that I've picked up in the recent few months, ranging from like original Xbox to modern day stuff to retro stuff to some action figures to cover on the Plastic Polygon series that I do, as well as some other miscellaneous video game related items that I think are going to be pretty cool to add to the collection. So we're going to do that in today's video and talk about all that grand stuff. So let's do it, and welcome to the CesArcade.
Get ready.
Alright, so first things first, there was this beanbag plush from the 90s of Yoshi that I used to own a smaller version of that had little red shoes. Back in the days, it was like a keychain version. Most of you who grew up in the 90s probably remember these guys, and I do want to get one of Flying Mario from Mario 64, but that's besides the point. Next up, we have a U2's figure that I picked up for the wife. It's Sly Cooper, of course. Saw this, and since I wasn't able to get her the Funko Pop when it was still relatively available, I saw U2's was making some PlayStation mascots, and I figured why not get Sly Cooper. It's one of her favorite characters, if not her favorite character from the PlayStation 2 era, so I picked her up this one. I do want to cover it on the channel, and then I'll surrender it to her at some point. These are the PDP Pixel Pals. So you see, I just went on Mercari and found somebody selling them as a lot, so I just combined the lot and picked them all up. What you do is you put batteries in them, 2 AAAs, which I don't unfortunately have right now charged at the moment, so, but they do light up. But here we have the original Super Mario from Mario Brothers 3, Luigi as well, just a color swap. Here we have the Raccoon Soup Mario, so that's always nice, got a little favorite in there. Next up we have the Fire Mario sprite from Super Mario Brothers 3. This one I think lights up the best out of all of them. Doesn't have batteries in it right now, like I said before, but it is really nice. And this one's a little harder to come by, so I'm glad I was able to grab that one. Sonic, it's kind of like his waiting around pose where you're like kind of not doing anything. And then last but not least, my favorite of all of them, besides the Fire Mario and Raccoon Mario, the Super Mario World Victory Mario. Love this pose, it's classic. I love this sprite. Probably of all the Mario sprites, this is probably my favorite. Glad I was able to get all of these. These are all fantastic, and I look forward to incorporating them into the retro corner that I have set up over there. Next up, I went to Walmart today after watching Predator Badlands. Badass movie, by the way. If you haven't checked out Predator Badlands, I'm a huge Predator fan, by the way, and Aliens fan, so to see this movie in theaters was fantastic. Saw it in 3D, it was phenomenal. I went there primarily to pick up this. This is the Jada Toys Street Fighter Ken from Street Fighter 2. And these figures have been doing really well for Jada, and the company has been killing it with these guys. So I went on eBay, I found a lot of them, and I just ordered it because I was like, you know what, I want to start collecting Street Fighter characters and basically convert one of my shelving units to Capcom, because there's a lot of Capcom properties that I have figures of that I would like to incorporate in there. On rollback, actually, these usually retail for around 10 bucks each, but there were only like 7 today. So I picked up II from the Sega Jakks Pacific line and Axel from Streets of Rage. Now these were the only 2 that I didn't pick up originally. I did pick up the Werewolf a long time ago at this point, from Altered Beast, and I've yet to cover this on the channel. I do want to cover all of them, so I'll probably just do the entire wave in one video. On their website, on sale, it was like an early access Black Friday thing, and I think these 2 are still available to get. I picked up for like 7 bucks each. From Golden Axe, we have Gilius Thunderhead, as well as Joe Musashi from Shinobi. So this is wave 2. Wave 3 is out there right now. I don't know where it is or how I can get my hands on it, but if I find them, I'll pick them up. But I'm not going to go crazy trying to get them off eBay because people charge ridiculous prices for these figures, and they're only like $8-9 figures. Also from their website, I got the last 2 remaining Mega Man figures that I needed to complete the first 2 waves, and that is for Hyper Bomb Green Mega Man, as well as Elect Man. So these are 2 now I can add to the whole set. Like I said, that Capcom shelf is going to be beautiful once I have it all set up, but I do want to do videos on these as well in the future. So I know these have been out for quite a while, but I still want to cover them on the channel regardless. I hate the way this chair sounds, man. It's squeaky as hell. So video games, let's go. Let's start with Switch. I got a couple games for my birthday. It's coming up right around the corner. Not looking forward to it, but it's because getting old sucks. Yes. That being said, got this from the parents. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I really do love you. Thank you so much again. I got Wild Guns Reloaded on the Switch, and it was cool because it came with this little keychain. So that's nice. The little bonus that they threw in there. And I wasn't sure if it was going to come with this or not, but it did. And Wild Guns Reloaded is a remake of, like a remake slash remaster of the Wild Guns game that I just recently played on the Nintendo service for the Switch. Never played it before. Decided to give it a shot. I was like, holy crap, this is quality. This game is awesome. I went on price charting to see how much physical copy on the Super Nintendo goes for. It was ridiculous. It's like triple digits just for a loose copy, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I completely forgot that this even existed, so I'm glad it does. Now I don't have to worry about that. And then we have the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Now I've been holding off on getting any of these fighting collections, but all of them are going to be in my collection at some point. This one's another quality one. I wanted to secure it, especially since this one's so cheap nowadays. I mean, when it came out, I forgot the retail price was like 30, but then it quickly dropped to like 24. And now you could probably get it on Black Friday or whatever for like 18 or something. Hell of a deal if you ask me. It's got all the Marvel vs. Capcom games, the Street Fighter, the X-Men games thrown in there. You got the Punisher arcade game. And of course Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is an absolute classic. So that's great. I'm glad I got those. Next up, what do we got? We got a couple from a claim sale. Xbox One games. I don't really collect for the Xbox One anymore, but these were so damn cheap I decided to just pick them up. Here we have Halo Wars 2. I have the first Halo Wars. I've barely played it. And I know the Halo Wars 2 was pretty good as well. And it was only like $10, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to pick that one up because who knows what's going on with Halo anymore. And next up we have Saints Row the 3rd Remastered. Still my favorite Saints Row game to this day. I have it digitally on the Xbox One, but I wanted to own it physically as well, so now I finally do. Thank you Keisha Boy Games for those. Next up, Crash the Insane Trilogy. Now I originally had this on PS4. I traded it in at some point when I got the Switch version, and I was like, you know what, I want a physical version of it again. I'm gonna get it on PS4, and that's exactly what I did. And I made sure I got the updated version that has the extra levels already on there. Wipeout, the Omega Collection. Now this is a collection of the Wipeout PS3 HD game with its expansion pack, as well as the Vita game 2048. The Wipeout games are really good. If you haven't played them, great futuristic racing games. I might even like it better than F-Zero. I wasn't big in F-Zero back when it was like a thing. So next up, been holding off on picking up this one. Finally wanted to get it. It's one of the last few PlayStation 4 games that I don't own that are exclusive to that console that I just definitely wanted to own because I really enjoyed the first one on the Vita, and that is Gravity Rush 2. I just love the cover art for this one. It's beautiful. The Gravity Rush series is a great series. If you haven't played them, definitely check it out. The first one on Vita, or even the remastered version on PS4, and then check out the sequel. Next up, we got another claim sale find from Professor Raichu. This was only like $12. We have Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Now, I like the Lego Star Wars games. I didn't play all of them, but I do own them. They're not my favorite games, but they're fun little excursions in case I just want to play something that's really simple and easy to get into. So I saw this one for only $12, and I heard this one was really good. Great, like, redone version of those Lego games. So I picked it up. Little King's Story. Now, Little King's Story is an exclusive to the Wii, at least console-wise. I don't believe it got released anywhere else. But this is kind of like a Pikmin clone. But I wanted to pick it up because there's not a lot of Wii games that I do want. But the ones that I do want are exclusives that were actually pretty good. So yeah, I picked up Little King's Story. It looks like a fun little cute game to get into at some point, with a lot of little strategy involved. Next up, we have a first-person shooter. We have Serious Sam 2 on the original Xbox. The Serious Sam games are just kind of simple first-person run-and-gun shooters, and they're fun to get into. They could be kind of like stupid in terms of the humor, but it's not a bad series. I do have the first one that I need to get resurfaced because that one doesn't work, but at least I have part 2. It's Juiced. Now, I never actually owned or played Juiced, but back in the days, I was really into Need for Speed Underground 1 and 2. So when this one came out, it was like kind of like that. It's more or less a similar kind of street racing, tune up your car, deck it out, and all that good stuff. Lots of customization involved in this game, and the game looks really good today, even, you know, compared to some of its contemporaries. And I think that this game aged pretty well. It was cheap, so why not? Next up, we have another cheap pickup for the original Xbox. Like I said, the original Xbox is still, to this day, one of my favorite consoles to collect for, and it's so damn easy to collect for. And so I saw this one in a claim sale, State of Emergency. It was a Rockstar game. I believe this came out right before Grand Theft Auto 3. This looks like something that would have came out during the Dreamcast era, but it was kind of violent. It was, you know, like, you're in the malls, everybody's looting stuff. It's like anarchy all around. State of Emergency. Hello. Next up, we have Driver 3 on the original Xbox. I still remember one of my friends back in high school was trying to like trade me this game for another game or something. Probably what led to the downfall of the series. I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt. I put it in, wanted to play a little bit of the free roam, and oh my god, look at the animation for this guy. What is he doing? Oh man, it's so bad. Yeah, the game, maybe the driving is okay in this game, but from what I played so far, I was like, I'd much rather play Grand Theft Auto 3. Look, the disc doesn't even want to stay in the case. Hey, I'm sure it's somebody's favorite game out there. Midway Arcade Treasures 1 with the redone cover art that makes it look very similar to the Treasures 2 and Treasures 3 volumes. So I wanted to add that one to the collection, just, you know, just so I can say, hey, I have this version of it now, and I have all 3 of them on the original Xbox, and they all look consistent. This was a game I saw from a claim seller that I was very unfamiliar with. I don't know if it was their first claim sale, but I was like, you know what, I get a couple games from them. That's exactly what I did. However, when I got it, I was kind of disappointed. Okay, so this is Ark the Lad, Twilight of the Spirits. I don't know if anybody of you played Ark the Lad games before, but it's an RPG series from like the PlayStation 1 era that went on to the PS2 as well. However, when they posted the pictures in the claim sale, all you see is the front cover. I should have asked for more pictures, but you know, you don't think about these things until you get it. When I looked at the spine and then the back, I was like, what the hell? The spine is faded, first of all. And then you can see like there's so much waviness on the back of the cover art, and there's a tear there where the barcode would be. And I'm just like, dude, it's like in a generic DVD case. Got a KB Toy sticker on the disc. What? Good thing I didn't break the bank for this, so I didn't complain. I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I will just not buy from this guy again. Now let's get back to the original Xbox. We have American McGee's Scrapland. It's got like a very humorous tone to it. It's rated T for teen, so it's not like the usual darker stuff that American McGee tackles, like Alice. But this is a game that came out on PC and the original Xbox, and I gotta say, like, this game is quality, man. The voice acting is pretty well done. You're like this robot in this world called Scrapland, and you're talking to a bunch of other robots. It's really interesting. And there's like some vehicle mechanics in there, a lot of like combat and racing. But yeah, it looks like something that's very intriguing. I've played quite a bit of it, and I want to get into it at some point. But it's a nice, pristine shape, came complete and everything. Scrapland. Anybody heard of American McGee's Scrapland? Let me know in the comment section down below. As soon as Digimon Story Time Stranger was coming out, I was starting to get back into Digimon as well. I don't know what happened. I got into a Digimon kick, and I picked up Digimon Rumble Arena 2. This one was very expensive. The GameCube version is a lot more expensive. It's a Smash Brothers clone, but with Digimon. It's fun. From what I played, definitely something best played with friends. Now, I don't know if my wife will ever join me in playing this game since she's not into fighting games, but overall, it's a pretty decent time, especially for Digimon fans, so I'm glad I got it anyways. The library for the NES is ginormous. It's huge. and I didn't get to play a lot of the great classics that came out on it. So I'm playing catch up now. First off, I picked up Double Dragon, and then of course its sequel Double Dragon 2. Both iconic games for the NES. They were also released in arcades to my knowledge, but a lot of people seem to have a lot of nostalgia for the NES versions. These games are classic beat 'em ups, and even today, the colors on the screen just pop. The music is just banging. And the gameplay is really fun. So if you've never played Double Dragon before, definitely check them out. Pinball Quest. Now I saw a video of this from Big Ol' Worlds, I believe, and I was like, wow, this is a very involved pinball game. It's got like RPG mechanics and like a story mode in it with pinball. Very interesting concept, especially for its time. But I decided to pick it up and check it out, and well, it's another cheap NES pickup to add to the collection, so why not? Next up we have Roller Games from Ultra, aka Konami. It's kind of like a beat 'em up with skating mechanics. It's hard to explain and put into words, but you'll probably see gameplay of it right now. I think it's pretty interesting, all things considered. I love the sprites in this game. I like this game from what I played. I gotta play a little bit more of it though. It's pretty tough. Maybe I just suck. And sucking at games, I finally picked up the original Castlevania, a series that I got into really late. Again, my first experience with Castlevania was on the DS, and that was Dawn of Sorrow. That was the very first Castlevania game that I remember playing and owning. So you can tell I missed out on a huge amount of Castlevania games. Now I do have the Castlevania collection on the Switch, but there's something about owning the original cartridges for the NES, and that is exactly what I wanted here. This one level, I swear, I don't know what happened. I was losing my shit, and my wife was like, "Why are you still playing this? You can't beat this level." It was the level with Death, where Death is the boss. With all the Medusa heads and everything, and the Axe Guardians, oh my god. I just chucked my controller. Even with Game Genie codes, I was having issues. Screw that series. There are a lot of games on the Sega Genesis that are classic Sega franchises that I've never played before. And I started with the Sega Genesis 6-pack, because this was like cheap, $10, and it comes with 5 games. You got the original Sonic the Hedgehog, which is fine, I already have that. You have Columns, I have it already. But you also have Super Hang-On, you have Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, and Revenge of Shinobi. Those last 4, classics, and I've never owned them before. Now I own them all on one cart, so, I mean, trying to hunt down the actual cartridges with the cases and manuals and everything, it's not something I'm planning on doing for the Genesis. Like I said, it's not a console that I grew up with or have like that personal attachment to, like I would, say, the Super Nintendo or the N64 or something like that. So having all these games in one cartridge, it works for me. I'm happy with that. Next up, got these 2 from Doshi's Got Deals. If you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, definitely check him out. He's one of the coolest resellers out there, really nice guy. And I picked up 2 Genesis games from him. I saw he had them on his eBay store. I messaged him, I sold them, and so we worked out a deal. I picked these both up. I have the original Strider, another classic from Sega that I've never played before. I finally got around to playing it, and man, sprite work is pretty nice. Even though I gotta say, the sword attack that he uses in this game is grating to the ear sometimes. And then you have Streets of Rage 2. I've only played Streets of Rage 1 just now with this 6-pack. And I was like, I heard Streets of Rage 2 is an essential pickup and play for the Sega Genesis, and I did just that. Decided to pick it up. It's the not for resale version, it's loose, I don't care. I just wanted to be able to play it and own it physically, and now I do. This is one that I've been intrigued by for the longest time, and that is Dynamite Heady. You play as this puppet who's able to like throw his head as a weapon, as a projectile, and it's like a side-scrolling platformer. It's a very interesting game mechanic, but Treasure was absolute kings in the 2D gameplay field, and this is one that I always wanted to check out, and now I finally own it. Don't have the manual. Maybe I'll hunt down the manual at some point, but there you go. Dynamite Heady. Has anybody played Dynamite Heady? And if you have, let me know in the comment section down below, and if you ever beat it. Because this game doesn't have a save function apparently, and that sucks. But a game that does have a save function, because this is a fan modded version of Contra Hard Corps. This is like a genuine Genesis case. I mean, it's probably not OEM because it's so damn hard to open. And you got a manual, custom-made manual that looks just like the original version. It's a little bit glossy, but it's nice material. And I mean, look at that. That looks OEM to me, even though it's not. You see, this version of the game has like the Japanese life bars added back to the game to make it less difficult. I don't know, for some reason when they brought this game out to America, they decided to make it difficult by giving you only one life in classic Contra style. But every Contra will kick my ass, okay? So I'm not afraid to say I suck at these games, but I want to get through them at some point. This one also has a save function already in it, so you can pick up where you left off in this version. The instructions came in a separate pamphlet. I'll take it any day over a loose cartridge that cost like maybe $10, $20 more than this whole package. Kirby's Dream Land 3? I don't know why. The North American version is super expensive, so I opted to get the cheaper Japanese Super Famicom version. And I'm glad that I did because you don't need English to enjoy this game. And it's got a nice little holofoil like cover there on the label. I didn't realize that until I got it, and bonus for me. I mean, I'll take the Super Famicom version over a Super Nintendo version any day of the week if it's cheap and affordable compared to the NTSC version. So I got that. In a claim sale, I picked up Super Godzilla. This is a Godzilla game that I've always wanted to own back in the days, and I never got around to getting until now. And it's weird. It's not a great Godzilla game. It's like you're moving on a grid, and then you fight the monster. I don't even know how to explain it. It's so weird. It's not what I expected, but it's the Godzilla game we got in North America for the Super Nintendo. F-Zero finally. F-Zero, like I said, is a series that I never really quite got into. And next up, another essential. Of course, on the Super Nintendo, we have Contra 3, The Alien Wars. Got this from Professor Raichu in a claim sale, and I gotta just say, I'm tied between whether I like this one or Hard Corps more. I don't know. They're both fantastic. They're both beautiful. This one has a freaking dinosaur that sneezes on you if you shoot him, and this one is just ballistic. Everything blowing up all at once. It runs smooth and it looks beautiful doing it. I gotta say, the sprite work in Contra 3 on the Super Nintendo looks amazing. This is a classic. I don't own the Contra collection on the Switch, even though I should have gotten it by now, but these are games that I'm just finally getting into, and I never got around to playing them back in the days. So that was a heavy hitter. That was around $40 to pick up now loose. But I gotta say, that game is fucking worth it, man. That freaking Contra's amazing. If you're still with me, thank you for tuning in once again. I really do appreciate you all for taking the time out of your busy schedules to watch me and talk about video games and all that good stuff, especially when there's so many people on YouTube doing it. The fact that you tune in to me, of all those people, really means a lot. And if you like what you see here, hit the like button. Of course, share the video with some of your friends and subscribe if you haven't done that already. But other than that, I appreciate you being here in the first place or listening in while you're driving or something, so thanks really much. Next up, let's get some PS1 games out of the way and we're going to end the video off. So first off, I picked up, well, to go with the second game, Digimon Rumble Arena. Heard a lot of great things about this from Blake Monster, and yeah, I wanted to pick it up. Like I said, Digimon was on my mind for like a good solid month. Next up we have Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace. I love me some Star Wars games, especially from the 5th generation, but I never got around to playing this one for some reason. Monster Rancher and Monster Rancher 2. Again, was inspired by the monster Blake. Check out his channel if you haven't already. He picked this one up at a game convention that I went to, Long Island Retro Game Expo. And I was like, crap, I remember the Monster Rancher games. My cousins used to play those games. I used to watch the anime growing up. And I remember it vaguely, but I do remember you basically put CDs in this game and you create monsters from those CDs. Well, the game just automatically does it, but it's all randomly generated. And it's kind of a cool concept that I believe these got HD remasters for the Switch, although they're more like ports than anything, but I don't remember it ever getting physical release. This one was expensive, but I needed to own it. especially being a fan of the Resident Evil series, this is the one game in the series that I didn't play through on the PlayStation 1. Resident Evil. This is the director's cut. The first director's cut, not the one with the shitty music. This is the original director's cut. It's the 2-disc version that has the demo for Resident Evil 2 in there as well. So that's cool that I have that. So just adding it to the Capcom collection, and I'm playing through it now, finally. Being able to check out the original Resident Evil on the PS1 is fantastic. Don't think it aged that well compared to some of the other Resident Evils, especially 3. 3 is phenomenal in my opinion. That's my favorite. Don't talk about my baby 3. But yeah, this one I'm happy to own because it's a classic. It's the original Resident Evil, and I have it basically in its purest form, so to speak. Jurassic Park Warpath. This game, you would think that I would have played it, but no, I played The Lost World on the PS1. I really enjoyed that. Being that I was such a huge fan of Jurassic Park, still am to this day. Why I didn't pick this one up? Because this one just kind of flew under the radar. It came out during the time, I think around the PlayStation 2 already coming out. And this is a fighting game with the dinosaurs. It's just a really crude, janky mess, but I love the hell out of it. I don't know why. It's just so simplistic but silly and fun and pretty violent too. But it's just awesome. You play as like T-Rex, you play as a Megaraptor, you can play as a Carcharodontosaurus, you can play as a Styracosaurus, and you can just have fun with the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. This game is uncommon. Like, just to find a complete in-box copy of it on eBay is a bit of a struggle, and when you do, it's like people are charging $70, $80 for it. It's like, come on, ridiculous. And last but not least, being the fan of survival horror that I am, growing up with Resident Evil, I didn't get to really enjoy this series that much until later on with the original Xbox, the PlayStation 2 games, and I've been missing the first one. I've only played it digitally on the PS3, but I needed to own it physically. Why? Because I'm a goddamn collector and a gamer, damn it, and I have to own it because it's good for my soul. And I went on eBay and I got this in an auction, won it at the very last few seconds, Silent Hill on the PS1. This is the first print edition as well, so it's got that nice metallic sheen on the manual. That's how you know it's one of the earlier releases of the game. And the disc was resurfaced, the seller said so, and that's fine with me as long as it works. It works just fine from what I played. There is a sticker on the back of the manual that I could probably easily remove anyways. Not a big deal. Comes with a registration card as well. This game will hold its... The original Silent Hill, I got up to the hospital and I stopped playing it. I need to go back to this game and play through it again. I'll probably play through it on the CRT just to get that nice dithering effect smoothed out so I can enjoy the original classic Silent Hill before its remake comes out, because I know this game is probably just going to keep going up in price. So anyways, that's it for today's Rebuilding the Game Wall Grand Pickups video. This one was huge. Lots of great stuff here. It was great having you all aboard. If you've stuck around with the video this long, I really do appreciate you all for tuning in. If you have an experience with any of these games, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your stories, especially whenever you've had an emotional connection with any of the games that I picked up. And I'll see you all soon in the next video. Have a good one. I wish you all a good game and good night.